Yo, yo, yo. What's good? What's good? It's Stormybman, and I am back. Welcoming you to the post-fight show with Stormybman for this Thursday, March 7th, 2024. This is the post-fight show for Butler versus Rose. The fight just ended quite abruptly. We saw something this evening that no one anticipated nor expected whatsoever, as this fight ended in the first round, a first round stoppage of Steve Rose by Stephen Butler, who truly lived up to his nickname, Bang Bang, tonight. He took Butler out. Butler took Rose out with a 1-2 that plunged through Rose's guard on his chin. He was out on his feet in the ropes after the punch landed, and that was it. Listen. This was highly unexpected, you all. Highly unexpected. It was the type of situation that fighters often dread of when you go into the ring, to get caught so cold. It was so bad that Rose, when his cornerman jumped in there after the referee stopped the fight and they were trying to settle him down into his corner, he didn't know what happened. He had no idea where he was. He had no idea that he had been stopped. He was asking them what's going on. They were like, dude, you've been knocked out. He was like, what? What are you talking about? So again, one of these scenarios where a fighter got clipped just right, and that was the end for him. The second fight in a row tonight as the co-main that saw Osleys Iglesias stop Marcelos Caceres in the first round as well. So you had the co-main and the main event fights stopped in the first round. The Iglesias Caceres fight, I felt that there was a little something fishy going on, because though they tried to say that Caceres got hit with a left hook to the forehead, it didn't look like the punch landed, people. I'm just going to be straight up honest with you. Yeah. But I'm going to go out here, see who we got in the chat. Let's see who we got. Shawalaya was out there early with the channel emojis saying smack the like. Peace to everybody. Healer says post fight, I didn't know there was a fight on ESPN 2, man. ESPN Plus tonight. Healer, fights from Canada tonight. Queen 71 is in the building saying, what's good, everybody? I think Rose needs to retire. Literally. Yes, he does. No Smoke TV in the building saying, Sensei. Queen says he was bone dry and he was kind of unstable on his feet after that first exchange. I knew he was losing. Detroit BC is in the building. What's good with you? Listen, Queen, you took the words right out of my mouth. I was going to speak on that. The fact that both men actually came out bone dry. But being that Rose is 40 years old, he was the one that literally it was going to affect tremendously. He didn't look stable. Being bone dry like he wasn't completely warmed up. And I have to tell you, partial reason for that is because the co-main ended in 1 round. So they went out a lot earlier. They went out to the ring a lot earlier than they thought they would. One thing I did notice that during the broadcast, even before the co-main started, that Butler was already dressed and wrapped up and everything. Of course, he didn't have his gloves on, but he had his hands completely wrapped. He had his attire on. He looked like he might have been ready, a little more than Rose. But it was very unfortunate. I don't like to see a fighter get dealt with like Rose got dealt with. That's kind of tough. I'm not going to ridicule him or make fun of the circumstance. But when you see a man that's talking to his cornerman, like, why y'all, what we doing here? What's going on? And they're like, dude, you got knocked out. That's really tough. He didn't have his bearings. He didn't know what was going on. Very unfortunate situation for Steve Rose. I did a pre-fight breakdown on this. I didn't have any idea it would go like this. Wow. And I think in my pre-fight video, I had given an edge to Rose based off of his fight experience. How much more wrong could I be? It was just one of those scenarios that you just could not anticipate. So yeah, here we are for early post fight. Wow, very unfortunate, man. Very unfortunate. Salute to Universal Truth out there. I see you. Queen says, I didn't realize he was damn near 40. Yeah, he's 39. I called him 40 because when you're on that 9, I just rounded off to the nearest 10. So that's what I was doing. It's not that I had his age wrong, but you could be 39, but people say 40, huh? It's just like when you're 49, they say 50, huh? Don't you say when you 19 that you're 20, huh? Yeah. Stormybman, man. You put it out there like it is. You know what I mean? So wow. I'm kind of in shock, because I was going to do a different show tonight. Then I remembered that the fight card was on, and I said, well, I'll just do a post fight, based on, what the results of this card. And wow, that's all I could say is wow, wow, wow. It's like they just first round knockouts, man. There was a good women's fight at heavyweight between Vanessa Joannis from Canada. She took on Abril Vidal. These two women battled. Joannis ended up winning the heavyweight title, the WBC heavyweight title, But Vidal was a willing and ready opponent. She didn't let her hands go in her aggression enough. But when she did, she was putting and inflicting good damage on Vanessa. They call her Vanny. Listen, they were battling. But it turned out that Joanise was a little bit busier, didn't stand in and trade as much as Vidal would have liked her to, and she got the nod. I had it 6-4 for Joanise, though those rounds were very close, because there were moments at the end of several rounds that Vidal would jump on her and was, like I said, inflicting damage. But it was not easy for either lady. So it was a battle back and forth. But man, oh man, it's like, what was going on with Rose and Butler? Did you see what we talk about when guys come to the ring and they're dry? They don't have a sweat. They don't have, they don't appear to be warmed up. And man, if you get caught cold, you will go. Yeah. Just very unfortunate situation. And some of the undercard fights, because I think these bouts started about 6 o'clock. Lower tier fighters opening up the show. I didn't like what I was seeing. Some of these matches were heavy mismatches. And I know that that's DeBella Entertainment or something that was promoting this. They're going to have to do better than that, man, because you can't be putting your fighters in against fighters that's just going to lay down. There has to be some kind of effort given. We saw fighters go down from belt line shots. We saw fighters go down from ghost punches. We saw guys go down from punches near the elbow and they went down. And of course, shots that never landed to the forehead. We saw a little bit of all of that tonight. Plus in the main event, Steve Rose, what a non-performance, man. What was that? You're talking about a fighter who has gone in there against the likes of Gennady Golovkin and, fighters like that. Austin Williams, Edgar Berlanga. And all of those fighters, with the exception of Golovkin, of course, he lost to those guys by unanimous decision. And Butler, who last May of 2023 was taken apart in 2 rounds by Zanabek, Alim Holouni, and he didn't do well in that fight at all. He didn't show up in that fight. But if he had thrown a punch like he threw tonight and hit Zanabek, maybe he could have had some cooking going on against that Zanabek. So this is, I don't know, man. It's like all of this is like pre what's taking place tomorrow. The heavyweight fight between Joshua and Ngannou. And this was not a nice appetizer. Let's just say that. But yeah, Lou DiBella, man, come on, man. You got to do better than this. Steve Rose, you got to do better than this. Steven Butler, what the hell, man? And what was you crying for after the fight? They showed Stephen Butler after the fight. He won the fight, and he was in the ring crying. I don't know what he's crying about because I couldn't listen to the volume while I was, preparing to go live for you guys. But I didn't like seeing that. I'm like, dude, come on now. One round. What you crying for? It wasn't even enough time for it to be an emotional roller coaster. You out there crying. Universal Truth says definitely mismatches. 704 Joe is in the building. What's happening with you, 704? Yeah. And when Queen comes in and says, "Hey, he was bone dry," listen. Queen has watched enough boxing and heard enough of our commentaries and post-fight commentaries to know when guys haven't warmed up, they could be taken out to pasture, huh? Salute to brother Healer. He says, yeah, that crying mess was stupid. You won. Steve ain't crying and he just got KO. You're right, man. You are 100% correct on that. It's like, what is he crying for? He wasn't even crying when Zanabek knocked him out last year. So it's like, dude, come on now. Come on. What is this? Don't cry for me, Canada, because you fighting in your hometown. It was both of y'all home country. So it's like, what is that all about, man? Shoot. Crying. Man, let me tell you, we just tuning into this fight now. There was a whole bunch of, I don't know what to make of that, man. The more I think about it, the more I think about it, I'm like, you know what? But Steve Rose, he the one that should have been crying. He got hit with that shot. Boom. He was on the rope sitting down sleeping, like leaning up against the rope sleep. The ref jumped in and stopped it. But when they sat him down on his stool and they was telling him, hey man, you been stopped. He was like, what y'all doing? I'm ready to fight. It was like, no, the fight is over. He was like, what? They was like, it's over, man. You been KO'd. He was like, what? All Steve heard after that was this. Yeah, man. Listen, that boy was camped out on that rope like it was a Posturepedic mattress, huh? In an upright position. I don't know what got into him. Why would you show up like that, bro? Anybody that thought that was going to be a good rumble and possibly go the distance and be a close decision? I tell you, man. Butler's supporters was out there like,
rock a ball, baby.
I couldn't hear you. What did they say? What did Butler's supporters say?
Rock a ball, baby.
Somebody in the dressing room when Butler was getting his hands wrapped, they saw this dude come in. He said,
"You are not looking for anybody. You cannot find anybody. You do not have time to work for anybody. You have not heard a thing, nor seen a thing."
Hey, man. It is what it is, huh? It is what it is. All I know is the audience was stunned, huh? They was looking at Rose like, man, we paid for these tickets, man. What you doing? They all gathered up like this. It's a doggone shame, man. It's a doggone shame. It's like you know, I got myself ready for some boxing tonight. I did. And that was so anticlimactic, man. I'm glad Steve Rose is okay, but I don't want to see him fight no more. You know, this dude was ready to fight the end after the bell rang for the start of the first round. I'm like, man, what are you doing, man? And the other dude who win is crying. The roles is switched, huh? It's like the wrong dude is crying. That's how you know the state of boxing today is really jacked up, y'all. The dude who lost wasn't crying. He just didn't know what happened. And the dude who won was balling, huh? What is really going on? The one who should have been crying was me, huh? Staying up to watch this mess. Foolishness. So tomorrow we got the knockout chaos between the two big old sculpted Adonises from the heavyweight division. Anthony Glitterboots Joshua against Francis Ngannou. I posed this question earlier in the chat on Drew Titan's show. I said, if Joshua lose this fight, is it over? Is he done? Now he should win this fight. All that boxing experience he got, amateur experience, all of that. He should win this fight. But if for some reason Francis Ngannou beats him, as I said in Drew's show earlier, I said it's going to speak volumes about where the present state of the heavyweight division is. That someone from a mixed martial arts league could come over here and beat our top fighters. All the more reason why Joshua should have fought Filip Hrgovic. Hrgovic is a legitimate heavyweight contender, and he deserves a fight against the top guys. He's been there. But the mere fact that they avoided that to go for a guy that's not necessarily a top heavyweight, just leapfrog over everybody who are deserving of an opportunity. Something terribly stinks about that, you guys. And I've talked about it in videos and slightly live streams, but I don't like that. I don't like these guys from the crossovers coming in here and stepping in front of men who have earned their stripes to be where they are. But I'm telling you, if he loses that fight, you're going to have to ask yourself whether or not he's done, huh? And Healer, I heard your video earlier this evening when you were talking about this, and you made a very great valid point that Joshua and Wilder's contract was not voided for Wilder's losing to Parker, because they were both contenders that the Saudis had put together a deal to see them fight. And Joshua opted not to face Wilder. Wilder was still down for the fight. And I loved how you revisited that and talked about, what his responsibility should be as opposed to what he ended up doing. So yeah, if he want to run over there and think he's collecting this payday and get this grab bag against Ngannou, hopefully Ngannou gives him something to cry about. Also, let's not forget what he did to Derrick James. Now, he's talked publicly about Derrick James being still in touch with him and stuff like that, but Derrick James ain't sharing in that purse, is he? He ain't getting paid, is he? And Derrick James put in a lot of the work. See, I don't like that aspect of things either. You come over there and disrupt that man's training camps and disrupted his gym and his energy that he had with his fighters, and then you break camp, leave town. Nah, son. Nah. I ain't down for that. I ain't down for that. Ben Davison, huh? Okay. Yep. And on the undercard of that, the co-main, you got Zhilei Zhang and Joseph Parker. They had the weigh-ins today. Zhang weighed in at 291 pounds, 0.6. Parker weighed in at 247.6. And Zhang is not fat, okay? He's big boned, just like Yao Ming was. He's a big man. There you go, Queen. That's exactly what I've said. You know, they try to big those guys up like they're better than some of these American trainers anyway. Yeah, but Queen, that's not fat. The he's big boned. Now, he's been down in the 280s. I think he was 280 something when he fought Joe Joyce. But he's a big man. And Parker going to have a difficult time because that's not Wilder. Okay? That's not Wilder. And Zhang got fast hands. Faster than Parker. I can see Parker getting stopped again. There's a brother training Zhang too. A lot of people don't talk about that, but yeah. There's a brother training Zhang. Healer says, I got all that from Tay. Yeah, Tay has put information out there. Yeah, Queen. It's going to be like that with the exception of Zhang is a southpaw. A little more resilient than Joyce and probably a better boxer than Joyce. But we'll see. Also on that undercard will be WBC featherweight champion Ray Vargas taking on Nick Ball from the UK. Vargas is looking to really get something done in this fight. Yeah, Healer, that's not his original trainer, but the guy that's training him right now is working him very well. Working him very well. See, Vargas, he's got that one loss to O'Shaquie Foster from last year. Remember, February a year ago, he lost that unanimous decision to O'Shaquie. That's how O'Shaquie became the WBC champion, super featherweight. So now Ray is fighting at regular featherweight. Now Vargas is 5'7.5", and Nick Ball is very short. He's like 5'2". So this is going to be an interesting fight. But I'm going to tell you something. These Mexican fighters have been giving the UK fighters the flux over the past 2-3 years. And it may continue on this night. Vargas is 36-1 with 22 KOs. Nick Ball is 19-0 with 11 KOs. And he thinks and fancies himself a little bit tough from Liverpool. You know, he got that UD over Isaac Dogbe in November of last year. But Ray Vargas is no Isaac Dogbe. Yeah. Let me check and see what time that fight card starts tomorrow, guys. I think it's earlier in the day for some of us that'll be working. Yeah, Vargas's ring entrance is supposed to be roughly around noon. Zhang and Parker is supposed to be around 1. And Joshua Ngannou is around 2 p.m. All of that is Central Time. So that's going to be quite a change for some of us, because some of us got to work. If you got the zone on your phone or something, you might be able to watch it. Yeah, that's right, Queen. They're on a different. They're over there in that Saudi place, you know. Dank Father, what's good with you? I see you out there. Queen, it's either $35 or $39, something like that. 35 or 39. If you go to the DAZN app, it'll be right up there on their main page. Yeah, they could do that. The Saudis can do that. You know why? Because they got all that money to pay these guys. That's why. They got all that money to pay them. But it also lets you know, like, how we be getting gouged with these other, apps and promoters. They just don't want to pay, but they want to receive all the dividends. It's a joke how they play that. Yeah. It was so anticlimactic tonight, though. It's like the way those fights ended, how everything went down. Very unfortunate for Steve Rose, but you know what? That's why you got to be ready, man. You got to be ready to roll. When these things pop off, you got to be ready, man. You can't be messing around out there. Yeah, but I'm not going to hold you guys. It's almost 11 p.m. and we had a early evening on these, but I thought I would come out and provide with some content based on the little bit of activity we had today. So look forward to catching up with you guys tomorrow. We'll see what's happening with these fights. Hopefully Parker and Zhang will give a great show. Hopefully Joshua and Ngannou will give a great show. Hopefully Ray Vargas will show Nick Ball what's really going on. Yeah. But before we get out of here, I want to let us hear from the brother, the Focus Ball.
To take your striking game to the next level with the Focus Ball. Dramatically improve footwork, timing, head movement, hand-eye coordination, reflex, and overall fight IQ. It's lightweight and extremely portable, so you can train every time, everywhere. When you don't have a coach to do mitt work, get a Focus Ball. When you don't have a heavy bag to hit, get a Focus Ball. When you don't have a sparring partner, get yourself a Focus Ball. And when you just want to have fun punching and kicking, get a Focus Ball. When you train with the Focus Ball, you train your eyes and your brain to read punches so that you can hit and not get hit, making this very simple device a must-have for all combat sports athletes and enthusiasts alike. So if you want to take your striking game to the next level, don't wait. Get the Focus Ball now.
Man, I'm telling you, that merchandise is hot, y'all. Focus balls are hot. They're great for the fighters, whether you're fighting mixed martial arts or if you're fighting boxing. You know, it's got to get you something, man, to enhance your skills. But yeah, we're going to get ready to get on out of here. I appreciate everybody that came out. You know, I hope that somehow, some way you can find it to watch the fights, because they're on that different side of the world. The timing is just not what it would normally be. Some people are thinking the fights are Saturday, but they're not. They're tomorrow. So think about it like that as well. It's kind of jacked up, but you know, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, I want to say shout out to the mighty LDBC, and you guys have a great weekend, and we'll catch you on the next one. Peace.